All right, welcome back to the Electro and Banno Movie Power Hour. I am Electro with my trusty companion Bono by my side always.
Yo, what's happening?
And Ozzy on the keys as always.
Yo.
And the Spooktacular moves on.
The Electro and Banno Movie Power Hour. You know what? Where's Hawk at? Listener discretion advised. Pansy.
Thank you for listening, of course, and follow us on the social media on Instagram and give us some likes and whatnot on the Facebooks and the Twitters. Follow us
Facebook
on
if you're old.
Facebook if you're old.
Use
I mean,
Facebook.
It's still alive.
if you're
you know?
over 30, if you're in your late 20s,
Yeah,
you're
might
still
as-
using Facebook.
Just
kinda.
create a LinkedIn. It's the same shit.
Yeah.
LinkedIn is helpful.
Yeah. But yeah, you can follow us on Instagram at the Electro and Banno MPH. Again, we do have a Facebook page where you could see all our episodes in video form.
It's true.
That's cool. Yeah.
At the Electro and Banno Movie Power Hour. And then you can follow us on Twitter at the Electro and B1.
Yee. And, Twitter allows porn, so that's always a good platform to use. I
I
think.
like that. That's so American.
What do you-
Sometimes
of
they're just
course.
like, this is a little offensive. You cool with it? And then you click.
Yeah.
I am
Hashtag
cool with it.
Hashtag cool with it.
Yeah. Twitter. Thank you.
I am cool with it.
Yeah.
And so the Spooktacular continues, as we said.
Dun, dun,
We're
dun.
nearing the end of October. Halloween's just
Days
days
away.
away, man.
Yeah, man.
Days away. When are we releasing this? Wednesday or Tuesday? I'm gonna be like 2 or 3 days away from
Mhm.
Halloween when this comes out.
Mhm.
All Hallows Eve, buddy.
Right on time,
The
actually.
day of the witch. Right? Is there a witch day?
It might
The
be.
night before, that's not witches, or that's All Saints Day, right? The day before.
Who knows?
This is scary. What? Are you saying there's a Satan day?
All Saints Day.
Saints.
Oh, I thought you said all Satan's.
All Satan's Day?
Shit, are you
Damn, they all
serious?
come out.
Satan's Day all day.
I'm not going out that day.
It's Satan's Day, fucker. Don't go out.
You're not safe from Satan anywhere, you fucking idiot. Go out at least.
Shit.
You don't want Satan to corner you at home. Go out in public.
Mhm.
Witches Day
Get some
apparently
candy.
is May 1st.
Fuck, we're late, man.
It's
called
late.
Walpurgis Night.
Well, we'll do the Blair Witch Project for that. For that
Save
one.
the day. Pin that shit.
Blair Witch Day.
But yeah, we got Halloween coming up.
Halloween
Is it
coming up.
canceled? What's going on? How you just throw candy at kids? Like
Yeah.
a regular Friday?
Yeah, why not?
I was
Like,
seeing that like our community in Monterey County is offering like drive-through Halloween experiences
Live
where,
on the east side.
where you just
You're
stay
used
in
to
your
that shit.
car and they bring out a nice little goodie bag for your child.
Well, I feel like that's what, if people are going to do it, that's what they're going to be doing, right? People are going to be driving by and the people will give them candy. I don't know, right? Like
gonna
the
be
drive-by
traffic.
birthdays.
Gangsters are going to be so confused. They're like, where you from, Holmes? They're like, trick or treat. Like, what?
Oh,
all right,
fuck.
all right, homie. Here you go.
Here you go, little vato.
A fucking G,
Enjoy
okay.
the dulces.
Don't have such a blue costume next year. I'll fucking shoot you.
Full we are Mexican, so we are allowed to say all
Mexicans,
this.
cool.
Not racist. Not racist.
All three of us.
Yeah, straight up.
What's up, creeper?
Yeah. But, the Mexican of the 1960s, I feel, was the movie Psycho. We're going to talk about Psycho today. I made you
Yeah.
guys watch Psycho for the first time, right? You
I
guys
have
have
never
never
seen it.
seen this?
Yeah, that was the first
Never
time for
seen
me.
it.
I watched Psycho as a teenager, but I actually watched Psycho either 2 or 3 first. I've seen all 4 Psychos. There's 4 of them, by the
Mm.
way.
Okay.
Only one is
They all
good.
have Norman Bates?
Yeah.
Normie don't die, baby.
No, man. And one of them's kind of like a prequel. So
That's
know.
cool.
How many involve Hitchcock?
Just the first one. Yeah, they're not good, but they're fun to watch just because I don't know. There's
This one was fucking good.
I think this movie's terrific. Yeah, directed by Alfred Hitchcock, of course. I mean, I guess he's most famous for this movie, right?
Birds.
The Birds as well. He's also Vertigo. Those are like the ones I know of, but also like common people think like Rear Window and North by Northwest. Those are supposed to be very good. I've never seen them, but
Yeah, it's definitely Psycho, right? Psycho's got to be the
Okay.
most famous.
I think so. Released in 1960. It was based on a book by Robert Bloch, maybe
Bloche.
That's got to be Block.
Block, maybe I don't know. And it was adapted into a screenplay by Joseph Stefano. It reminds you of Chris Stefano, really funny guy.
That's actually Stefano.
Stefano. I need to cut that part out. Yeah, Joseph Stefano. Are you serious?
I think he's just being a tool.
Stefano? That doesn't say Stefano. Anyways, Joey S.
Joey Steps, baby. Joey Steps.
Joey Steff wrote the screenplay. And so what do you guys think about it? Having watched it recently. I think it's a fucking amazing movie.
It's fantastic. Little funny things, of course. Yeah, it's the 60s, you know, but at the same time, it's entertaining the whole way through. I was pretty engaged. I really enjoyed the mental narration that goes with the character.
There's a paranoia throughout this whole fucking movie.
Mhm.
All the characters are fucking paranoid.
Yeah, they're going
or
through some shit.
making bad decisions and fucking just getting into shit.
Going to Bakersfield, bad decision.
Yeah.
That was a fucking red flag right there. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, well, this movie stars Anthony Perkins as Norman Bates, which is like iconic role. I don't think I know about any other Anthony Perkins movies other than Psycho. The Psychos, Tony Perks, you know, and it stars Janet Leigh as Marion Crane. That's Jamie Lee Curtis's mother. So horror movies run in the Lee name, you know.
That's some good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you that.
They've dedicated their lives to the horror genre.
Yeah.
You gotta respect that. You gotta respect the Lees for that. What do you mean?
Look good too. She looks fucking good. Just saying.
It looks very good.
And they had those, you know, really pointy bras back then, but
It's all class.
whatever.
It's all class. It's all class.
Whatever. Vera Miles starts as Lila Crane. John Gavin as Sam Loomis, and that rounds out basically the main cast. There's a few other players in there, but right off the bat, like just the score, because it starts like dun, dun, and it's an all string score,
Right.
and it basically makes the whole fucking movie. I think the fucking score really elevates what's happening. It just fucks with your like emotions, kind of like Tenet, you know.
Right.
Tenet has like this really intense score while just people are just like walking around, and you're just like, fuck, well, what the hell? Where's he walking to, or what's
Right,
going on?
right.
Why is it so tense?
Dude, one thing that kind of sucks now, especially due to COVID, I know that the San Francisco Orchestra or whatever, they would offer that seasonally where they would show like The Lion King and have the entire orchestra or symphony do the fucking music while the thing was playing. Bro, that would have been amazing.
Oh yeah,
Like if they did that shit for the like Halloween, and they like were to do Psycho or, you know, Insidious where the music is natural, you get some scary shit.
John Carpenter goes out and does like a lot of his scores and shit.
That'd be
Makes
fucking
money
awesome.
nowadays.
Yeah, I mean,
That'd be fucking great.
Well, the music is done by a dude named Bernard Herrmann.
Bernard, good old Bernie.
No, Bernard Herrmann.
Bernie
And
Hermie.
he worked with Hitchcock a lot, right? He did Psycho, North by Northwest, The Man Who Knew Too Much, and Vertigo. Also, Citizen Kane and Taxi Driver. The Day the Earth Stood Still, Cape Fear, dude. This guy.
These are fucking hitters. Okay.
Yeah, the dude is an Academy Award winner.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, of course.
But yeah, and he's the one responsible for that music, and I agree. That music is fucking crazy.
So I don't know if this is true or not. This is just like IMDb trivia bullshit, right? So who knows? But I read in one of those that after Hitchcock finished shooting it, he wasn't happy with it, right? And at that point he was directing the Alfred Hitchcock hour. I don't know what it was called. This show he had. Oh, Alfred Hitchcock Presents.
Yeah.
And so he shot it and watched it, and he was just like, I don't think I made a good movie. Like he was just planning on releasing it as one of the shows, an episode of one of his shows. But then when Homeboy watched it and scored it, he was just like, oh fuck, like this makes the movie really good. Never mind. Let's fucking put this sucker out. So yeah, that's how much the fucking music is important in this fucking movie.
Yeah.
And
it's one of those things like too where you know of it but you had no idea, like that score, the slasher king, you know, everyone knows that, right? Because of course the studio is able to like release that for other fucking movies or whatever.
Here it's that's been parodied
for sure
endlessly,
everywhere.
Yeah,
but you know, even being that we went to Electro and I are frequent Universal Studios fucking visitors. Okay,
yeah. We're fans. So we're fans of the studio.
So it's always awesome. I mean, and now even more so watching the movie. You know, you do pass the fucking Bates Motel. You're going and you see the house, and then the people who are giving you the tour, they're really like lively about it. They're narrating. They're giving you information, which at the time, it made sense. Sure, you're telling me about the setting. But I didn't click, and now that I see it, I really want to go back and like kind of experience that again. Where they're like, "Okay, wave to mother," and you see the window and the curtain open.
That's awesome.
And fucking homeboy comes at you with a knife.
Norman Bates himself. You see Norman Bates. You drive by, and he's putting a body in the trunk.
I've actually seen this on YouTube.
Yeah.
I've seen the whole tour, and that stood out. It's weird.
Scary. He runs at you with a butcher.
The last person in the trolley, legit, like the amount of time it takes him to walk to the end of the trolley, it's the last person there. So he's like within fucking from me to you, right?
Stabbing
range. Big knife range.
Yeah. Tony Perks.
It's fucking great. It's really cool.
Imagine having to channel Tony Perks every day, several times a day. How many tours do you think there is a day, man?
A lot.
Motherfuckers just running up and down that fucking lawn all day.
Yeah.
Where's that story? How are those guys? What's their mental health like?
Chilling.
I know, man.
Living it. Living the dream is what they're doing.
Imagine doing it. Like, what do you do for a living? I'm Tony Perks. I run at fucking trolleys every day.
I'm a murderer.
Yeah. It turns out to be an actual murder. Just carrying real bodies.
I have to throw a body into a trunk and then run.
It's pretty awesome.
It's a good workout. Yeah, Tony Perks. So the movie starts off with the score. You get a really long credit scene, which is just, I don't know, the score and the long credits, which are like maybe a minute and a half, already set the tone to the movie you're about to watch. Even if you don't know what you're about to watch, you're like, this music is just telling me that some shit's about to pop off. Okay. And then also the way that the text, like, it's just really weird because he spells everything out. Friday, December the 11th, and it's like spelled out
at 4:20,
at 4:43 p.m. with everything just spelled out, and it's just like, all right, Hitchcock, you really want me to pay attention, right? You want me to look at every fucking letter?
Fine.
Fucking, you couldn't use numbers, huh, Tony? So then you meet Marion Crane, played by Janet Leigh, and Sam Loomis, played by John Gavin. And they just got done doing the deed, right?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
black and white deed.
Well, dude, that's how you capture an audience's attention, right? You get all this fucking. You're like, God damn, I gotta read some stuff. Oh, wait a minute.
Ooh.
What's that? What's that pointy bra right there?
Yeah,
you know?
right. So the score tenses you up,
Mm-hmm.
and then you read, and then you see a pretty chick in a bra, and you're like, okay,
I feel good now. I'm relaxed.
Uh-huh. Heart rate slowing down
Mhm.
after that. And so then you find out that like they're meeting at a hotel or a motel for some reason. I don't know. This was shot in like the late 50s. So for some reason, her and him being together is like doesn't look well socially or something. He's like divorced and owes like alimony money, and
She's a floosy.
she's not a floosy. You know, there's just this guy who's just like, dude, you know what? I got too many problems, Marion. And like, you know, I'll fuck you in this hotel every now and then.
What's
but-
lunch? It's probably by his office.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
not
She was
hanging-
on lunch. She just took.
Oh yeah.
she-
Long lunch.
She took an extended
Yeah,
lunch.
long and wide is what the ladies say.
Extendo.
So that's what it was. That's why they met up in the fucking hotel. You know, it was the
Quick,
closest
wham,
thing.
bam.
You don't got to clean up.
This isn't gonna happen again.
I would never.
This is the last time.
I would never get a hotel just for lunch. I'll just tell you that.
That's the
I'm
most
staying all
baller
fucking night.
way to do it.
Well, you get it. Yeah, you get it early, right? You get the motel early, so you have all day, multiple
that's true.
times.
Yeah, you got to. You come back
Yeah,
later.
you have a full day, bro. Come on.
Oh, okay.
You come back later. You do something else. You sleep. You next day you're at the office early. You look like a champ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I
That's
showered.
CEO shit.
Okay. Okay. I see.
All right, so
ya.
Sam Loomis was on his way up, even though he's broke as fuck.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know. So she's like upset, right? She's like, can we get married? And he's just like, nah, I got too many fucking problems. Go off, find another man. Like
I'm cool with just
like I
fucking
need
you at
money.
lunch.
I'm like super in debt. I can't.
I rent rooms at lunchtime to fuck. Obviously, I'm not good with money.
Oh, I'm sure she probably paid
She
for that
paid
room.
for it. That's how a pimp does it.
Yeah.
well, he's broke.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He's pimping.
And you know what? He looks good with his shirt off. So she's down to pay
Yeah,
for
yeah.
that room.
Mhm, which was like 25
She
cents.
seemed very
I'm
happy
sure.
to pay
Like
for
30
Oh,
cents.
yeah. But in those days, come on.
She's super down because she does a felony, right?
Yeah. And then so, you know, she's just like, let's get married, dude. You have a great bod. Let's do it. Let's
Mhm.
lock it up, lock it down.
Mhm.
I'm like, I got these pointy bras. We could just do
Yeah.
it. We could just seal the deal.
Actually, has to be uncomfortable, right? Ladies,
I mean-
ladies, tell me. Send me pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wanna see how it
Us too.
looks.
Just send it to all of us.
Let's just check it out, right? Let's get some real time opinions on this.
Electro and Banno MPH at saladbites.com.
Yeah, yeah.
Send
Yep.
them pics.
We'll figure it out for you guys.
We'll say, that does look painful.
Yeah. Okay.
We sympathize.
That does not look comfortable.
Oh yeah, take it off. So yeah, she wants to like marry him. He's just like, I can't. And he's just like, what are you gonna be right there when I like send the alimony checks to my ex-wife? And she's down. She's like, I'll lick the stamps,
Yeah.
bro. So I would have married her. I don't
Does
know.
she say? Or does he tell her like you can lick the stamp?
No, she says I'll lick them.
Oh, she's a
offers it
fucking
up.
keeper, bro.
Come on,
Yeah.
man. What are you doing?
Yeah, she's a rider. She's in for sure.
Exactly. She's like, I don't give a fuck that you're broke. Let's get married. And
That's
he's
love.
just like, nah. Go get fucking murdered, bitch. Go
Get
die.
outta
How about you go die instead? Yeah. So that after that, she heads back to work, and I guess Alfred Hitchcock cameoed in all of his movies, and that's where his cameo comes up.
He's
Like
standing
waiting
outside
for a
of the
taxi
door.
or some shit.
Yeah.
Reading the paper.
And he wanted to get rid of his cameo early because everybody always knew to look for him. But, you know, like, I don't know. He just, like, when he read the book, like, he bought the rights and he, like, tried to buy every copy that he could get his hands off so that nobody really knew about the fucking story. He just wanted to blow people's minds. He was just like, oh, I know that with this story, like, everybody will get blown away. He made a big deal about like not letting people into the show like after it started. Like it had to be a surprise. He's telling people, hey, if you watch this movie, do not spoil it. Let people watch this and figure it out. Because at this fucking time, this was considered like super gruesome and shit. They're
Right.
You know, there was still that person that left the movie theater and was like, "The mom is dead the whole time."
Oh yeah, that was the Bruce Willis was a ghost the whole time of 1960, bro. It was just like, what?
And
What
Hitchcock
are you
just
saying?
chasing the dude down the street.
Mhm.
Fuck this guy! Ban him from my movies.
Kill him.
Exactly. Like, yeah, that I'm pretty sure that I mean, we're still talking about Psycho to this day. You know, that came out in 1960. I don't know.
Wu Tang, fucking. Well, I don't know if it was Wu Tang. It was ODB for sure. I don't know if he
Mm.
was by himself or in Wu Tang, but yeah, it's influential, man.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And so, yeah, it was like a big movie. It was actually, looking at 1960, it was the second highest grossing movie of the year.
Whack.
Thirty-
Why aren't we talking about the best movie? We're talking about the second best movie of a shitty year as it is.
Wow. There, you heard it here first. Ozzy says, fuck 1960.
It's the worst of the 60s. I stand by that.
Yeah.
What
Maybe.
was number one?
Number one is a movie I've never heard of called Swiss Family Robinson. It made $40 million.
Whoa.
I've heard that name so much, but I have no. What is like they're singers.
And they break down the tickets sold. So that it sold 58 million tickets. 58.
For $40 million, what they're like 2 cents a ticket?
Can you do that math? 58. Do 58, 50 like on a calculator? Let me see.
58.50.
Read it. He's got it.
Times like 10, which is a movie.
58.50 times 10?
$10.
You know, you just added 0, right?
Yeah, what is it? So it would be
58,500. 58,500.
what is it? I don't even know what I was trying to do right now.
Yeah, what the fuck are you doing?
This isn't a math podcast.
No,
You talk about movies for a reason.
that's
Alexa.
true. I'm sorry. I'm on drugs.
Swiss Family Robinson is available on Disney Plus.
I was trying to make a point, but yeah, I don't know. Anyways, Psycho was number 2. It made $32 million
That's a lot of money.
and it sold 46 million tickets. Oh, that's what I was saying. So that movie would have made like $850 million today or something, right?
Sounds about right. Let's go with that. If we're wrong, fucking send us a message.
And that is electro math.
Yeah.
Hashtag electro math.
I am taking a math class right now. So
You're not passing, but
I'm
you're
bummed
taking
out.
it.
Now, you know what? I got like a 74% on my first quiz.
Like, I got 100% attendance.
Nah, come on.
Participation.
The only other movies I see in this list from this year that I recognize, Spartacus, directed by Stanley Kubrick, is the number 3 movie this year. And then after that, I don't recognize any of these things.
The Apartment?
The Apartment.
That's what won Best Picture that year. That's
Dang.
what beat it in the Oscars.
What's crazy about this list too? It's just like, okay, Psycho and Spartacus. I mean, I've heard of Family Robinson. I know that name, but I don't know what it is.
I have no clue.
I know what Spartacus is, but that's the only thing that you like. And I'm pretty sure Psycho is probably more well known. Like, it's the only thing that's really surviving from that year of movies, and it didn't win like best everything. Actually, Oscars, you need to go back and give Psycho all the fucking Oscars because no one knows any of those other fucking movies, man.
By popularity, it wins.
Mm-hmm. So I'm just saying. Anyway, so you get back to Marion, and she goes back to work, and her boss comes in with
She's all happy. She just got dick down.
Yeah, she just got
She got
fucking.
big
but
old miles.
she's kind of happy, but she's pissed because this guy just told her that he's not gonna be with her, basically.
She's like,
Right.
damn, I'll always be the
So
same.
she's
Also-
relaxed.
Also, the working condition and where they're at, I'm sure it was hot as fuck. There's like one shitty fan. There's no AC, right? Because the guy says, hey, your boss can afford AC because I'm about to make a fucking, whatever.
Tom Cassidy, this cowboy motherfucker, comes in swinging his dick.
They're in Phoenix.
Long dick.
Yeah, he's just hitting on everybody. Marion's coworkers are fucking taking tranks.
That chick was cool.
Drug addicts.
Yeah. That girl was cool.
You think so?
She was probably a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, no, she was all tranked out.
That's the floozy.
Yeah.
Do,
there you go. And so Tom Cassidy comes in, and her boss also looks like Walt Disney. I just want to throw that out there.
Little cameo from Walt.
Walt came in.
You got to show up.
Speaking of Walt Disney, so Alfred Hitchcock wanted to shoot one of his movies at Disneyland one time. At some point in the 60s, and Walt Disney didn't allow it because he was just like, that's that sick fuck that directed Psycho. That movie's like,
wow,
despicable. I would never let him shoot anything in Disney.
What?
Universal Studios was like, fuck that. All right, we're starting our own theme park.
Putting him in a tour, motherfucker.
Yeah. This is what we can do for you, Mr. Hitchcock. Yeah. But what was I saying? So Tom Cassidy, he comes in with a wad of cash, and he's just like, I'm gonna buy I guess
it's a wedding gift, right? He says the wedding gift.
He's gonna buy a house for his daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're a real estate company.
That's what I was about to say. Is it a real estate company? Yeah. So Walt Disney tells Marion, like, take these $40,000, go put them in our safety deposit box in the bank. So the decision she makes is actually, I think, a really smart decision on the fly. If you are going to steal money, she had the right fucking idea.
Yeah.
Because they set up that her boyfriend is in debt, and she's in love with this man, wants to marry him, and the only reason he won't marry her is because of his debt.
And she believed it.
Yes.
Like a woman.
That's the
He's like, fuck, are you
classic
kidding?
Tale.
This dude's like, I thought that was like a fucking stone.
I've never even been married.
Holy shit, I pulled it off.
He's like, I went into debt
That's
to break up with this chick.
I'm fucking paying alimony.
Fucking clinger.
I fucked up.
A stage 5 clinger, my boy.
That's what
virgin clinger.
This is my first agent.
So she's desperate. She needs money to stay with her man.
Yeah.
And she gets handed $40,000.
And when she walks in, she had already told her coworker she had a headache. I'm sure she had a headache because her boyfriend just said, "Fuck that, I will never marry you."
Life pounded out of her.
She did, and she got a bad one. He just fingered her for 15 minutes. And she was lunchtime's over.
He didn't even take his pants off.
No.
Fuck.
Shirt on. All shirt.
Over the pants,
shirt.
rubby.
Oh, man.
That's what we got to do, man. Psycho the first 2 hours.
Mm-hmm. Like, what happened in that hotel?
It's a real horror story.
Why'd she take such a long lunch? Oh, fuck. Anyway. So they give her the money, and she decides on the fly to tell her boss, you know what? I have this headache. Can I just go home after I deposit the money? This is Friday at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
She puts it together that they will not find out until Monday morning that this money did not get deposited.
That's some premeditation.
That's
right there.
some real. That's on the fly.
Yeah, that's finding out some info and making a split decision. Like
that's 5 years extra on your prison sentence.
Yeah.
Split decisions?
Thinking about it beforehand like that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, she didn't think about it for long, so I don't think...
the law doesn't care about that. You think justice gives a fuck?
It's the semantics.
Justice is blind.
Yeah, that's true. You're right about that. So she takes $40,000. It's in 1960 equivalent of $347,000.
Once again... Hashtag electro math.
Electro math.
Take that with a big
I read
grain of
this
salt.
number from the internet. I didn't do the math. I didn't do the math on this one.
Pornhub has that kind of calculator.
Mm-hmm.
And also, the $700 she will use translates to about $6,000, apparently, according to this. And actually, in 2016 money, I think, though. So,
damn, that was before you know who.
So it's worth like way more now, or I don't know.
Right?
It's one or the other. Inflation. Huh?
I don't know. Anyways, so she fucking makes that split decision, goes home, and I saw this in the trivia. So she goes home and she changes, right? She's like, I'm out of here. I'm gonna dip. I'm not sure where she was dipping to. What was her plan? Because this is where it starts getting sloppy. The only smart part of her plan was taking the money, not knowing that
She was going to Sam's crib.
Sam's crib. I don't think she was though. She took off to like fucking. She was going to Sam's crib.
That's according to my Wikipedia research. Once home, she decides to steal the money and drive to Sam's home in Fairvale, California.
Okay.
No little number. What is it? Like reference or what is it?
Huh?
What are you talking about, Oz?
Like when you can.
Like a page number?
Yeah, like it tells you a fact and then it has like where they got that fact.
A
Yes.
site?
Yeah, it's not cited or anything, so I don't know. It could be some crazy guy with a shitty podcast
True.
that did that.
Whatever. She was crossing through fucking Bakersfield, so for sure she was on her way somewhere.
I don't know what she was.
She's going to Sammy's house.
She got lost. She got lost then, and then I don't know, or she got sleepy.
She got tired. Yeah,
She
got tired. She fell asleep, but she said it was dark.
What a dumb bro! You just stole 40,000, and you're just gonna go sleep in the side of the fucking road.
So
She's a pretty white woman.
Right
dude.
before that too, though, she encounters her
right.
boss and the guy who gave her the cash.
yeah.
She was leaving the town, right? So they hit her with that Pulp Fiction hitter, where she's just
That's
on the
straight Pulp
fucking
Fiction.
on the stoplight,
Mhm.
and in the crosswalk you see the boss. Is it Walt Disney who turns
Walt Disney
up?
himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks right at her, and she
And he sees her, and she waves at him, and he waves back, and then you see him kind of look like, huh? Like, didn't she say she was not feeling
what
well?
is this conniving ass
But
whore?
then he just keeps going. Like, he's just like, whatever.
yeah, fuck
Like,
it.
maybe she was just trying to dip out of work already.
She's going to Walgreens to get pills.
Yeah.
Trying to get some tranks.
Mhm. Exactly. So,
Yep.
I mean, and so this is where the movie starts. Like she starts like imagining what people like, what the scenarios might be. She starts hearing like, oh yeah, we didn't think anything of it. You know, she just left. She said she had a headache and stuff. So she's like running through scenarios.
Right.
And then with the score in the background, and then just the face, you just see her fucking face.
Yeah,
So
it's a
she's just,
close
like,
up of her driving. You know, obviously fucking background motion, whatever, and shit with the score. It's her paranoia speaking through her through
Yeah.
narration.
Yeah, like she's just thinking of like what they could
Did I
possibly
leave the stove on?
the trouble that she's could possibly be in, you know. So yeah, she sleeps. So she goes to sleep on the road like a dumb broad, and then a cop wakes her up, and she's just like, he's like, "Hey, what the fuck? Like, woman, you can't just sleep here. Someone's gonna kill you."
Kirby, she's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Why are you driving?
Yeah. Where is your husband?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh no.
I'm sure that's what he was.
But you know, she gets sassy with this fucking cop.
And you know what, man? Sometimes
Well, fuck that. She didn't do shit.
Exactly. You just gotta know how to talk to
Pace.
police. That's it. You know what I mean?
What'd
She
I
wasn't
do?
having it. She's
Fourth-
on her merry way.
Yeah, Fourth
Did I do
Amendment,
something
fool.
wrong, officer? No.
Exactly. But well, she says, "Am I acting as if I did something wrong?" And then he's just like, "Well, you kind of are, you dumb bride."
Yeah. His word for word what he says in this movie. Straight up.
These are quotes. Yeah, so she's just like, well, like, am I being arrested? And he's like, nah. And she's like, well, then I'm fucking out of here, and I don't gotta be talking to your ass anymore.
Exactly. And it's trippy too because like he follows her.
Yeah, he follows her the whole way.
He's highway patrol and he goes out of the highway.
Is he highway or is he sheriff? I didn't see the badging or anything.
He's some kind
He's
of
Chip?
law
He's a
enforcement.
Chip?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
It was in Bakersfield. Just saying.
He's a
It was on
co-op.
99. It was on 99 in Bakersfield.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fucking Chip.
Yeah, so then she dips, and then again, so this is where she just starts making stupid decisions. So she's just like, okay, I'm gonna go get a new car. But she decides to do this as she's being followed by a cop who stops right in front of the car dealer that she goes into and is just watching her the whole
Yeah.
fucking time? That's like you're defeating the purpose of buying a new car, right? You're buying a new car so that
At least you'll blend, right? Because at that same time, you're not going to deal with a vast selection of vehicles, right? You're going to only have the couple thousand that made it to production, and you're going to see, hey, one of them has an Arizona plate in California. Clearly, that's the fucking dumb broad that I fucking fell asleep on the side of the road.
okay.
So she's like, I need the Cali plate. Which, by the way, she had a fucking bargain on a fucking what? What kind of car? Did you see what kind of car it was?
No.
Okay, so, I think maybe a Bel Air. Who the fuck knows? But $3,000.
No, she traded in her car
Yeah.
and then paid
No, I know.
$700.
But the fucking sticker price on all the cars that were there that were brand new were like $3,200.
Dang.
4,000 was like.
Well, she had a nice car.
It was
too.
cool. she
It
had
was
to.
black. It was a little dusty.
Yeah, she just had to pay $700 on top of that, and she had a brand new car. It's a pretty fucking good deal.
No, it was a used car.
Brand new used car.
Yeah. But I mean, she's like already, she just like gets there and she's just like, I want a new car. And he's just like, all right. Oh, and the first thing he goes up to her and says, I don't want any trouble. And she's just like, what? Like everything everybody says, she like kind of takes like as a like, like everybody
she's,
knows,
like, on edge.
everybody knows I'm a thief.
You're the
She's
first.
a felon and she crossed state lines, so
Yep.
she's got the feds coming.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, straight up.
But then that,
G-man.
not really though, because apparently everybody just kind of like lets it go. There's not even an investigation, kind of.
Well, there is. There's a private
PI.
eye.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See?
the law is just like whatever. You guys can work it out
She's
if you
gone.
like.
Never gonna find her, dude.
Yeah, so she trades in the car, and then she just wants to leave. She's just like pressuring the guy. She's just like, "All right, I'll take that one," and he's just like, "You don't even want to think about it." And she's like, "Nah, dude, how much with plus my car?" And she's just like,
Well, give me about $700.
mm-hmm. He's
About
just like,
$350.
and she just comes out with a catch, and then he's just like, "Are you fucking serious?
Where is your husband?
Yeah,
I don't see a man here.
I can't,
How are you selling? Is this your husband's car?
I can't do this to another man. I know you're fucking the man over. I can't do this.
Well, he says that. He's
Yeah.
like, you got the papers and everything
Yep.
for this shit?
Mm-hmm.
She's like, probably.
So yeah,
Probably.
this is my car.
Yeah, I drove it here.
Yeah.
Well, all right then. We're
Yeah,
gonna get
he's
you
just
this
like, I
car.
guess so, you fool. And then she's about to dip, and then at this point, the cop is just like
he
right
pulls
there,
into the lot, yeah.
standing right there, right by her as she gets in the car and she's about to take off. And then a guy's like, "Wait!" And she didn't even bother to take her bags out of the other fucking car.
Dude, and by the way, that motherfucking mechanic, that's a man's mechanic, bro. That dude is covered in grease, oil, and everything. Coming out of the new car, right? Fucking filthy, dirty.
I think this dude knows what he's doing, man.
Yeah.
I just polished her off for you.
Here
boss.
she go.
Take
Take your luggage.
Yeah, and then so like at this point it's just like everything she does makes her seem like she's guilty, makes everybody be like, "What's up with you, bitch?"
Mhm.
And she's fucking freaking out the whole fucking time. So the movie just like is tense, like, and then with the score it doesn't fucking help, because then after that she gets in the car and starts hearing more fucking voices of what the car salesman saying to the cop. It's like, I don't know, strangest thing. She just came up here and took the car, blah blah blah.
Which, by the way, also, if you haven't seen the movie or are unaware, it is all in black and white.
Mm-hmm.
So it adds another layer of like intensity, kind of like this. I don't know.
I don't
It
know,
looks super cool.
It does look dope.
like black and white horror, like black and white horror movies. Those are iconic. It makes you think of like Dracula or fucking Universal Monsters or
It
something
adds
like
to the
that.
tension for
Mhm.
sure.
Yeah, it goes with it. Like, if you want to be hip now, you make a black and white horror movie now, and you're just like, ooh, this is.
Wasn't Blair Witch Project
Nah,
Black and
white?
it just was
Just
like shitty
shitty.
colors.
The dark.
but-
Shitty color correction.
just
That's about
shitty.
it.
It looked shitty, but it was technically there was color in it. Yeah. So after this, so she starts hearing the car salesman talk to the cop in her head, and after that, she starts hearing like what her work is thinking, like her friends saying, like, I don't know, she just never showed up to work.
Yeah, I can't get a hold of her.
Yeah.
I tried reaching her.
Yeah, exactly. She's like, we tried her sister. We're calling her sister now.
She doesn't know either.
And then you start hearing her sister being like, well, I haven't heard from her. Like, blah, 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 blah. And then after that, you even hear Cassidy, the old man, being like, you saw her. She just took my money and stuff. Like, and she even flirted with me. He did a reverse me too.
Reversed it. Victim.
Mm-hmm.
Self-victimized.
I didn't even say anything inappropriate to her.
She came on to me.
Mm-hmm. And then robbed me blind. Now my baby girl who doesn't get no house for her wedding day. Boo. But yeah, so she hears all these things in her head, which is just great because it's just like, and she's looking relatively normal. Like her face looks scared, but she's just like driving and she's just like thinking all these messed up things. She knows she fucked, like the guilt
And
is
they
fucking
could very
eating
well
her.
be happening that way.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
And that's the thing too. It's like it's also letting you know that she's aware that her actions are gonna affect all these people and their day to day, whether it's Saturday, Sunday, or come Monday when they start the day, right? Well, you know, sometimes she is late on Mondays, so she
Mhm.
might show up a little
Yeah.
later. You know, so she's already playing that part out because she knows
Yeah.
she's late on Mondays and shit like that.
Yeah, and like the boss was just like, she worked for me for 10 years. Like, I didn't even think not to fucking trust her with the fucking money. You know,
Right.
it's like, you know, she's running through all these scenarios. Guilt's fucking eating her alive.
Yep.
And then it starts fucking raining. And she kind of takes the Quapa's advice, right? She's like, just fucking stop at a fucking motel. She sees a motel. Little does she know, it's the Bates Motel.
Lights were on.
Mm-hmm. And that's it. You know,
She's dead.
It's a done
Next
deal.
movie.
It's a done deal for her. So that's where you meet Norman Bates for the first time. And so when we were watching this movie the other day, Ozzy probably laughed for at least 4 minutes of this movie saying Master Bates.
If he had a fucking butler,
Yeah.
if he had a butler,
Yeah.
and the butler came into the room and like
Mhm.
said, "What's up?" He would say, "Master," would say, "Master Bates."
Well,
Master
if he was English, if he had an
Yeah.
English butler.
Also, that
They're
house,
all English.
yeah.
Haven't you seen Fresh Prince?
Okay.
The house looked like a manor. It looked really nice.
It was a nice house.
Yeah,
Nice
somebody called
old
him
house.
Master Bates at some point in his life.
So, absolutely. So,
Right outside of Bakersfield.
It's
So-
hilarious.
so Alfred Hitchcock, who was also kind of like known to be a dick to his actors, to like, I don't know, try to get better performance out of him, actually would call him Master Bates throughout all of fucking shooting to like annoy him.
Really?
Yes.
Can I get credit for my fucking genius? I'm
No,
just trying to
no,
say.
I'll give some to Hitchcock. Not to you.
That's it.
Me and Freddie
For your
Hitch,
genius?
dude.
You want me to give you some credit for laughing throughout the movie for like 4 minutes?
That's something that obviously the
Uncontrollably.
creator found hilarious as well. Me and
I
Freddie Hitch
understand
would have
him.
been, yeah.
I get it.
I would have
All right, you're working on
This
it.
is a comedy.
It's a dark comedy.
Yeah. So Marion meets fucking Norman Bates, who are we serious? Are you serious? You start laughing at Master Bates again.
It's Hitchcock, dude.
So Norman, the house is like above a little hill above the motel. 12 vacancies, 12 cabins, 12 vacancies. He says it like 3 times in the movie. And
They built like a highway, right? That took the traffic away.
yeah, that used to be the main highway. So
Now no
business
one
was a
shows.
booming or whatever. But then Not anymore. No one goes to there anymore unless you're like a fucking criminal or something.
True.
So he meets her, and Anthony Perkins as Norman Bates. I think he fucking crushes it this whole fucking movie.
Yeah, dude.
Amazing.
That first scene where he's introduced, like, if you don't know, like, obviously everybody knows this fucking tale or whatever, but if you imagine watching this movie for the first time not knowing what's gonna happen, he's just like a really nice guy and stuff,
Right?
And you see, like, as she talks to him, he starts to get creepy. But at first, he was just like really nice. Offered her food.
Right.
She doesn't
Sandwiches.
even. Yeah, sandwiches.
Yeah.
Here we go,
Dude. It's part of all of these fucking movies. I'm telling you, dog.
The Shining took it from fucking Hitchcock, buddy.
Right from the Bates Motel.
The
bro.
sandwich.
Straight to the
If
Overlook.
you fucking disrespect that sandwich, murder will come.
And it's cool too because like the dialogue on how they start talking, he actually starts saying how that is his life, that is his world, that's all he's done, and anyone that's come by it, you can tell that he's kind of been like that lonely fucking dude who was just tending to his mother according to him and all this type of shit, and that's all he's known. A little piece of shit motel outside of Bakersfield. That's life for homeboy.
So he says, like, "Are you hungry? Could I get you some sandwiches and some milk?" Which is a gentleman's meal, really. Can't go wrong.
That's
with
how
that.
you woo a girl in the 60s.
So they must have been peanut butter sandwiches.
I don't know.
Fire.
Well, peanut butter sandwiches.
So
1960s peanut butter.
Oh, dude.
That's that original Jeff,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's that real shit.
Fuck that Peter Pan shit. You got some Jif ready to go.
So he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go fix him up at the house." Oh, he invites her
Come
to the house.
upstairs,
He
yeah,
invites her to
come.
the house.
Come to the house.
But then you hear him argue with his mom. And he's just like, "I'm just giving her sandwiches, ma." And she's like, "She's a whore, Norman.
Yeah.
A whore." And he's just like, "Ma, you're the devil. Everything's the devil to you, mama." This is Bobby Boucher.
Oh,
bro.
shit. That's where. Oh, shit. That's where
Yep.
it goes to.
Yep. Waterboy is the comedic version of Psycho, where he doesn't care,
opposite.
where nobody dies.
It's the opposite.
It's actually dramatic if you watch it closely.
Yeah.
The Waterboy.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a man's journey. Yeah,
Roberta,
yeah.
to whom it may concern.
Waterboy episode coming at you soon.
Yeah.
Someday soon. So you hear them argue, and the fucking house is like a hill away. So they must have been yelling their asses
Also,
off.
I mean, I'm
the
sure
rain.
there's. Oh, you know what? There was rain. I was gonna say there's like nothing there. I'm sure you can hear everything on the hillside coming down.
I don't think it was raining at that point.
Okay,
anymore.
so see,
No, it
there
did
was no
stop.
rain, so you
Yeah,
can
it
hear.
was
everything.
stopping. And it is amphitheater style, right?
Yeah,
So-
it's downward, and then there's no window screen either. There's like,
And to think also, when he comes back with the sandwiches, he's just like, "Oh, that rain didn't last at all, did it?" It's like, if you think about it, she only stopped because it rained, and it only rained for like a minute.
oh fuck.
When he offered
So
you
if
sandwiches
she
and
had
shit,
just like gutted
Right,
it
right,
out, like,
No, yeah, and in the conversation, also a key part of it is that he's like, she asks him, "Well, how far is this?" He's like, "It's only 10, 15 minutes away."
then you can go over there.
Yeah, you could just go down there and get yourself a nice hot meal
Mm-hmm.
and do your thing.
but
But
try to
it's
save her.
yeah, he was hooking her up. But
You
no,
don't have to die today, Marion.
When you see that, well, if you read serial killer things on Wikipedia like I do,
Oh yeah.
like that's how some of them will they'll do something to like let them get away.
Mhm.
And yeah, so if they like, oh, if I ask her for directions and she ignores me, then she's cool. But if she responds and she's a whore, must die. Like,
Mhm.
That's how.
If she's
fucked up
fucking
them-
stupid
Yeah.
and doesn't value her life, then I will take it.
Yeah, exactly.
Jamie Kennedy explains all of this in Scream, by the
Scream
way.
3.
Really?
I don't know. Probably
It's the
not.
first one.
No, well, the genius of this movie is that at this point you are on this journey with this woman, and you're very invested in what she's going through. You feel her guilt, and you're like, oh fuck, like you could tell she's a good person, right?
I
Or
mean,
whatever.
yeah, she was just stupid for a moment.
Yeah, she did something on impulse, and
she didn't
then
hurt no one by doing it. She didn't beat anybody up for it.
yeah, she spent $700, and then as
She did some electro math. And when you spend $700,
yes, can that be a thing? Electro just when you just pull numbers out of your ass.
she fucking pulled out a paper with some stationery, and she's like 40,000 minus 700.
Mhm.
Holy shit! She ripped it up as if it was the fucking biggest secret in the world.
Yeah, so he brings her the sandwiches. They're having a little convo in the office. And it's nice at first. She's kind of like, I don't know, she's charmed by him in a way at first. But then, he kind of lays out his situation to her, that he lives with his mom and he kind of feels tied down because of her. He can't really go off and do his own thing. And then she's just like, well, why wouldn't you just leave? Like, why don't you just leave, dude? And I think just by her saying that, that's when he's just like, "Oh, you're dead, bitch." Like your
moms.
Like you don't understand. Yeah, you don't understand.
Yeah, he's like, "What are you saying?" And she was just like, "Well, you could just, put her somewhere."
That's what she did, right? I just left.
Yeah.
So you could just,
you don't have to deal with your problems. You could just run away.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's
or he tells her you could just put her somewhere. He's like, "What? You want to institutionalize her? You wanted me to put her in a fucking crazy fucking
house?"
You know how
So
terrible those places are?
Yeah, so he starts getting hella defensive
Yeah,
out of
yeah,
nowhere. Oh, also, what I noticed the last time I watched it, I think maybe he even decided he was gonna maybe kill her, or the mother thing, when she signs a fake name in the registry. But then they go through this whole conversation, and at the end, she tells her her real name, and shakes her hand. She's like, "I'm Marion Crane," shakes her hand. She goes off to bed. And then he goes and looks at the registry and sees that she wrote a false name. And he was like, "Oh, she's a lying whore. She deserves death. She's deceiving and shit,
Also, when I think the flip was coming too, when he started talking about he's like a taxidermy or something. He just stuffs the fucking birds. I mean, that's a fucking red flag all day, bro. Like, come on, there's nothing. Where's your taxidermist?
The only thing
They're not around here. You just do this by yourself.
The only thing worse than someone who has a bunch of birds is someone that has a bunch of dead birds. Okay, either fucking way. If you go to somebody's house and there's a bunch of birds, then just be weary. Okay, just be careful.
Watch out.
They like to encage flying things.
If they give you milk and a sandwich, get the fuck out of there. These are the rules.
Milk and sandwich.
These are the rules.
Do you want to come eat a milk and a little bit of sandwich in front of all my dead owls? Leave, woman.
It's fucking creepy, man.
It's terrifying.
Yeah. And, he says, some iconic lines here. "Oh, a boy's best friend is his mother," and stuff. Super creepy. So then you see actually Marion start to kind of feel bad for him and shit. And then he snaps on her. And then he talks about how she used to have a boyfriend and stuff, but then he went away, and then she got sad. I don't know. He says that she killed herself or something, or something happened and she didn't kill herself, obviously, but she hurt herself. She was in a wheelchair now or something. But he blamed it all on this guy leaving, and then she was just like, "Well, she's got you." And then he says, "A son is a poor substitute for a lover," which is
that is some.
Which is
she don't like how I fuck.
Creepy stuff.
Damn, son, you got that weak dick, dog.
Oh my God,
I love you, kid, but you're whack.
Oh,
the sack,
Jesus.
Dude. What a joke that was. Yeah. And then, they're talking about the madhouses. He also says the iconic line, "We all go a little mad sometimes," right there. Terrific stuff. But then by the time that she finishes talking to Norman, even though he went crazy. And you see him go from like completely charming and nice to like, oh fuck, this guy's like he could fucking snap and just fucking hurt somebody, you know. He's a little bitch, you know. He'll misinterpret something and take it right up the keister.
That's the okay hole.
Completely triggered.
Yeah, and then but they come to terms at the end. She's like, "All right, we're cool." And then at that point, he's just like, "Where are you off to tomorrow?" And she's like, "You know, like hopefully."
I don't know. She just stole, bro.
And she's just like, "I gotta go back to." I think she says like a Phoenix or
Phoenix. Yeah.
I need to go back to Phoenix and like fix something that I messed up. So you see her that like throughout her journey and her talk with Norman, she's just like, I need to go back and I need to give this money back and make things right. Like I fucked up.
This guy proved to me there's good people in the world left.
Yeah.
And I must be one of them.
I'm not this sad fuck that lives with his mom and refuses to leave. So then that's when she goes and does the electro math, right? Because she's just like, all right, I spent $700. Like, I need a song.
She literally does.
Yeah.
She gets 40,000. She gets a piece of paper and writes 40,000 minus 700.
Mm-hmm. No, she gets which also, he mentions like, hey, we have stationery here if you want to send it off. You know, to make your friends or whatever jealous.
Oh, yeah, you stayed at the Bates Motel.
Yeah. It's great. It's fantastic.
Yeah. So she does the electro math, and then she's just like, all right, this is how much I need to pay back.
700. Jesus Christ.
God damn. She had to fucking write that down.
Okay, 700. Let me not forget that.
So the reason why that scene is in the movie
so stupid.
Is that the writer, for some reason, wanted to put a toilet seat in the fucking movie, which apparently at this point in time, there had not been a toilet seat or a toilet seat flushing in a movie up to this point. For some reason, they just didn't fucking do it. That I don't know. They thought it was like inappropriate or some shit. I don't know. But they didn't do it. And so the writer wanted that to happen. So he told Hitchcock, like, look, I need the toilet seat to be in this fucking scene. And Hitchcock was just like, well, if you want it in the scene, you better make the movie need for it to be in the fucking scene. So that's why he wrote that thing that she throws that into the toilet seat so that you had to see it fucking flush or whatever. That's the only reason.
I mean, unless you're using the entire paper to write 40,000,
that's the only part that survived.
It's the only thing that's left.
Yeah. Not the 700.
Oh my God.
Not the minus sign.
Or the total. That's the end.
Yeah. So anyway, fucking Marion's just like, let me wash all this filth off of me. I'm cleansed. I already know exactly how much I gotta pay back. I did the math. I flushed it down the toilet. Let me go wash off of this scene. And then she gets the old stabby stab, you know.
But also, right before that, you gotta keep in mind she is in room 1. Right, cabin one next to the the fucking check-in desk, which is homeboy's office
with a half-inch hole at eye level.
Yes,
that she somehow does not see.
Yeah,
well, she's not the brightest person. I thought we've made this clear.
You get the old Scooby-Doo fucking eyes in the painting fucking act going.
Yeah, he spies on her.
Yeah, so you can see her.
Worst death.
And I mean, you know, she pulls off that shirt. She's got that pointy bra action going down.
She takes that pointy bra off. And apparently you couldn't show nudity back in these days. But I feel like, I don't know. The implication of it is there.
Yeah.
And it's very nice. Very tastefully done.
Very nice.
And also she takes the money and she wrapped it around a newspaper. Left it on the nightstand.
What is it? The LA Times?
Left it on the nightstand. And then somebody shows up dressed as a woman. You never see the face. And she gets stabbed right in the kitchen. I mean, in the kitchen, in the shower. and she gets stabbed like, I don't know, 9 times or something.
A good amount.
Wow.
Fuck, man, I should have paid more attention. But I was recently watching this documentary on Shudder, and they're breaking down that scene, and each frame is a different cut frame of everything. So all that scene is composed of still shots of single motion shit. Whether it's her screaming, whether it's the curtain pulling, they are all individual. They were not shot sequential. It wasn't a shot that was chopped up. They were like still frame, still frame, still frame, still frame, still frame. It's pretty fucking cool.
I mean, you see movement.
You get mild movement, but like in total, I think
you
it was
see
like,
you see the hand come down, the stabby stab.
right. But like her reactions, like her feet, her fucking scream.
I don't know about
thing.
that. You see her feet move.
We'll check out the thing and you'll see what I'm talking
Maybe
about.
there's some stills, but
But there's some good stuff because it's implied, right? You're not seeing the stabbing happening. You're seeing her reactions and the blood.
So you hear the iconic score, which is that like ching ching ching, right?
Yeah.
Which is just like and then you hear the stabbing sound, which is actually the sound of them stabbing like a fucking cantaloupe or something. But it's like you hear the sound of the stab, even though they never show any actual stabbing. You hear the sound and you're just seeing her like move around. She's going around in circles, just like, okay, if you're gonna stab me everywhere. Get it all. Get my back, get my left, get my right. Go ahead and stab it everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And then she goes down. And he dips, and she like slowly slides down, and still this is like, fuck, like I'm dying, I'm about to die, and so yeah, it's like, I don't know, it's like is that sexist or something?
No,
This woman,
she was killed by another woman.
Okay, so it's feminism.
It's feminism. Exactly.
That's true. So she gets fucking killed. Cool shot of like when her face hits the fucking floor. It's just like a close up of her eye. You're just seeing her dead eye. The shower's running. And like, I don't know. We all think about getting fucking stabbed in the shower. Do you not? Is that not a fear of yours?
Not anymore. As a child, maybe. I'll tell you what. I'll pull in that motherfucking curtain open the moment I enter a restaurant. I don't give a shit. Whatever's behind that bitch ain't gonna catch me by surprise.
Dude, my shower is like, it's like a square, like a stand-up shower thing with a glass door that opens and closes. And my biggest fear is not getting stabbed by like a person, but slipping and then breaking that glass door in half and having that shit just slice and just sitting there bleeding out, just thinking like,
what if it like
I can't do
slices
shit.
your cock off?
well, then I'll definitely bleed out because it's gonna be a huge wound.
A lot of blood loss.
I always have a boner when I'm showering too.
It's the perfect time.
Most of the blood was already there. Most of my blood left in my body at once. Yeah. Anyway, so Marion died. And then Norman, you hear him argue with his mom, like, why are you full of blood? And then he runs down, he sees her dead, and he's just like, fuck. All right, let's clean up the mess. He's not dumb. He uses the shower curtain to wrap her up so that he doesn't get any blood on
This dude was in
the
the mob at some point.
Yeah. Straight up.
Yeah, he learned that shit from Pesci straight.
Cleans it up.
The first fucking hole I dug. Fucking show.
Drops her off with Spider over there.
He wraps her up real nice, and then he gets all of her stuff, throws it in the trunk, including the newspaper full of money.
Right.
Which is the whole thing that this movie has been about. It's all about this wad of fucking cash.
Right.
And it holds so much like weight in the movie, and then it's gone.
It holds,
then it's gone. And it doesn't matter anymore.
Literal value. Where this like, okay, this bitch just fucked over this fucking man, and now she paid the price, the ultimate price for it.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. This movie's kind of like really shaming, like, I don't know, like you make a little mistake, you will die. You will die for it. And that's the genius of this movie, again, is that you do start off with her as the protagonist. You're fully invested, and she dies not even halfway into the movie.
Right.
And then now you're left with Norman Bates.
Right.
And now you're following his fucking journey.
So yeah,
And it's just like you started off with one character, now you're off with another one, and you're just like, what the hell? Like, you don't know what's going on.
Yeah, so he's cleaning up the scene, puts in the trunk, throws the paper back there, and I guess there's like a pond out back, and he just drives his car into it. And it's actually a really cool scene because it's at night. Of course, they have the clouds in the foreground, the full fucking moon.
And he's just eating candy corn the whole time.
Just chilling. First of all, psychopath. Anyone who eats fucking candy corn is a fucking lunatic.
Do not trust that man or woman.
and so then this car is sinking, and it hits a point where like it fills up and it doesn't go down any further, and he's kind of like looking at it
Because he looks at it, he kind of looks around, kind of like, what's going on here? I think that's some of like the best acting actually that he does. Just like his reaction.
It's almost comedic. Yeah. It's just kind of like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
Do I need to stomp on this car?
He kind of looks around like, really? For real? And then it
goes down.
Keeps going down. He just gives a little smirk, keeps eating his candy.
Right.
Craziness. After that, you meet Marion's sister, Lila, who is made aware that she has stolen this money and she's missing. And then she hits up Sam, the man with the abs with the pecs, right? And she's just like, dude, did my sister fucking leave with you? I know.
Where is she?
Yeah, I know you guys.
She's here.
I know you guys were hotel banging. What's going on? And he was just like, nah, she's not with me. And then from then you meet Arbogast, who's the private investigator, who's kind of, I don't know. Did Lila hire him? I think Lila hired him.
Did they even say? He just kind of shows up.
Yeah, I
It's
think
a crime scene.
I think he makes the impression that he just shows up, but then later you find out that Lila may have hired him. And then so he's basically looking around the area and comes across the Bates Motel and starts questioning Norman. Like, did you have like this? Could this girl have passed by here? And he's just like, nope. And he's just like, you didn't even think about it or nothing. You just answered me. So this guy's kind of onto him that he's being lied to.
He's a wise guy. That dude.
He does kind of look like he belongs in Goodfellas, you
For
know,
sure.
the guy who plays Arbogast. And then, so he catches him in a couple of lies. He's just like, can I see your registry and shit? And so he pulls up the registry and he has a writing sample and he's just like, oh yeah, she was here. And then from then, Norman has to start like fabricating a story. And that's where he starts stumbling, getting nervous and stuttering. And Arbogast is already like, he doesn't know what happened, but he's just like something's
and he's still like making him feel comfortable where it's kind of like, oh well, look, she used a fake name.
Yeah,
that's why you don't know this person, or that's why you didn't recognize what I'm talking about.
Yeah, he's kind of he's being the buddy and stuff. He's just like, oh no, it's okay. Of course you forgot. Like, yeah, it was so long ago. Of course, you got a lot going on, obviously. Yeah. And then he calls up Lila and he's just like, she was definitely here. I don't know what's going on. He's not telling me the truth. Oh, he sees he sees mother. He sees sees her by the window and he wants to talk to her. And then also Norman makes a comment about how she may have fooled him, but she didn't fool his mother. And he's like, oh, well, can I talk to her? And he's just like, fuck you, no.
Yeah.
And
Mama don't talk.
Yeah, and then so she tells Lila, like, I need to talk to the mom. I feel like the mom knows something. So then he decides, he tells Lila that he's going to meet up with her in an hour, but then decides to go back. I just walk into this house like he's not breaking a fucking entry, you know? He just walks right in. He doesn't even
He's a
knock.
private eye. He don't need a warrant.
That's true. That's true.
That's the law.
He's
That's
like
the law.
Dog the Bounty Hunter,
Yeah,
man.
there's 40 big ones coming up.
Yeah, that's the
He's
law.
He's gonna get $700 off of that
yeah.
400,000.
He did the math.
Yeah. Yeah, so he goes up there. He's trying to find the mom. He goes up the stairs. Iconic scene. You just see
The expand foreground.
You see what you think is the mom at this point. Because it's genius. Because you only see the up from like the top. It's
Yeah.
a shot from like the top down. So you only see the top of her head and that she's in a dress. You never see the face.
Right.
When she's when you see from the shower scene, like it's black. The face is black. So
Right.
you never see the fucking face.
Right.
So this is the ultimate Shyamalan fucking twist. Because at this point, you have no reason not to think that the mother
It's fucking
is
psycho.
Yeah, that she's not real. You hear her, you see her, you think this guy's mom is just fucking murdering people.
Right.
And she comes out and she slashes fucking Arbogast right across the fucking face. And he starts stumbling back from the stairs, fucking hits the floor, and then she just stabs
I don't know about you
him.
guys, but I got chills on that scene.
Oh yeah, well
The way he like falls. Well, obviously, yeah, he's like propped up to go down. But that scene again, the expanding foreground scene where everything is like super large and he's falling down. The motherfucker's about to die.
Yeah, he also has an expression of "oh fuck,
Shouldn't have come
I'm
here.
getting murdered,"
Mhm.
and then he does get murdered. So there you go.
There goes the PI.
Yeah,
Another car for the swamp.
exactly. And it looked like a tiny fucking
Yeah.
thing. Like no way it could have held two fucking
No,
cars.
I mean, especially with that light of rain, there wasn't enough fucking water.
no,
Dude.
absolutely not. And then so after that, so Lila and Sam are waiting for Arbogast to hit him back up. He said he was going to hit him back up in an hour.
Yeah.
So then hours pass, and she's like, "Dude, this guy's not hitting us up. Like, what's going on? Like, we need to go down to the motel ourselves." And then Sam's just like, "Look, you dumb broad, I'll fucking go." Because she was like, "I'll go myself," and he's just like, "You can't you think you're gonna be able to find this place?
Mm.
I'll go."
No, but he's just like, someone's got to stay here just in case he shows up.
Exactly.
It's not some crazy fucking
Yeah,
sexist.
no, we knew what he was saying.
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
We need the implication.
The fine lining.
And so he goes, and he actually does find the Bates Motel, and he's like screaming, he's yelling for Arbogast. And I really love the fucking scene because that's where Norman just finished sinking Arbogast's car, and he's standing above the little creek or swamp or whatever, eating candy corn, and he's hearing this guy call for this guy who he just murdered and sunk. And he just looks back and gives this creepy ass smirk, like,
Wide shot.
yeah, he's fucking
Awesome
gone.
shot. That
He's
needs to be a
fucking
poster.
gone, buddy.
I'm sure there's a poster somewhere with that because that's a fucking hell of a shot.
Yeah. After that, Sam and Lila go and talk to the sheriff, and they're just like, "Look, we had a private eye. He fucking had some info. He was down there in the fucking mud. And now he's fucking gone, and what's going on?" And then the sheriff's just like, "What are you talking about? Like, Norman, he's like harmless. Like, poor guy, like his mom poisoned her lover and then killed herself. No need to investigate that." It was a clear poison suicide.
Yeah, classic.
Leave the kid alone.
Mm-hmm. Poor Norman.
Well, it's 10 years before that he was a
Yeah.
kid.
And then yeah, so he's like, but they said, well, the PI had told them that she spoke with the mother.
Yeah.
So they give the police that information, and the cop looks at his wife and is like, the mother.
It's like, no, you dumb bitch. She's
Yeah.
the mom's
Because she
dead.
says Mrs. Bates, and she's like, "Oh, did Norman take a wife?" You know?
Right,
She's
right.
like, "No, it was his mom." And it's like, "She's been dead for 10 years."
Mhm.
It's
Is
like,
that where-
dun, dun, dun.
Is that the first? Is that where that comes from?
I don't know, but
I mean, it's got to be one of the
Hope.
earlier ones. Yeah.
Fucking hope.
yeah, she's been dead for 10 years. And she's just like,
Bathroom's
"What?"
been closed for 10
He's
years.
like, "What are you talking about?" He said that he talked to the mom. He's like, "No, they like found her in the fruit cellar. Like she like fucking was dead and she was in the fruit cellar."
Which is a thing, apparently.
Mhm.
Yeah, apparently. And then she was just like, "Well, apparently like Arbogast just talked to him." And he's just like, "Well, then you tell me this, young dumb girl. Who's down at that cemetery or whatever, you know?" And it's just like, dun dun dun.
Zombie?
And then Sam and Lila's just like, "Look, I don't give a fuck what that sheriff's an asshole. He doesn't even want to fucking look into it.
Help.
So we're going down there, and he's just like, all right, let's go. We're going to pretend like we're a married couple. We're going to check right in, and then we're going to figure it all out. And Arbogast he figured out that it all went down in cabin 1 because Norman, he's about to walk into cabin 1 when Arbogast is there, and then he stops and then moves on. But yeah, so they all know it went down in cabin 1. That's where they find the electromath on the floor. They're like, she was here for sure.
She's
like,
dumb.
Yeah.
I know my sister. She's a fucking idiot.
She never was able to flush things properly. And
she's always stuck to that electromath.
The worst math
by hundreds.
The worst math you can possibly do. And then so after that, she's just like, okay, I need to go into the house. Sam, you go distract Norman. Go talk to him, and I'm going to go sneak into the house. And so Sam goes and does that. And he starts friendly at first, but then Sam goes over fucking bored, man. She's just like, so yeah, you probably got $40,000 recently, didn't you, you son of a bitch? And he's just like, what? And he literally
$40,000.
Yeah, he literally doesn't even know what he's talking about. He's not even aware of these $40,000.
Yeah.
So he's just like,
fuck.
So he's just like, fuck you, buddy. What do you mean 40,000?
What car?
What car? Not the fucking car I just dumped in the swamp, right?
Come on, man. Come on. Help me, dude.
Yeah, so they have an argument, and then basically Sam gives himself up, and then Norman's just like, wait a minute, where's
the broad at?
The bitch at? And then Sam tries to like fight him, but Norman grabs like, I don't know what he grabs, a lamp or something, knocks him,
Classic.
Clocks him, runs to the house. At this point, Lila's in there snooping, looking for Mrs. Bates.
She also does see him coming up.
Well, at first she's in the bedroom, and she sees that the bed has like a really sunk in like body shape, like something's just been there for like ever and hasn't moved.
Right, memory foam.
Yeah, memory foam. Hell of a memory on that phone.
Yeah, that's the
Started in the
smartest phone I've
60s,
ever
bro.
fucking seen.
Started in the fucking 60s,
Yeah.
bro.
So then she sees him running back, and so then she runs down to the fruit cellar. And then there was an earlier scene where after he murdered Arbogast, he was like, they're gonna come looking, so I need to get Mom into the fruit cellar. And then she's like, you think I'm fruity, eh? And she tells him, like, you already put me in the fruit cellar once before. Like, no. And you see him carry her down there, and she's like, put me down. Like, I could walk and shit, right? And so now Lila's in this same fruit cellar where you think she's going to find the mother. And then she is just sitting there. And she's like, Mrs. Bates. And she slowly walks up to her. That's that iconic scene. Slowly turns the chair. And you see like a mummified version of Mrs. Bates. Eyeballs gone. Just
teeth full intact. She had great chompers.
Yeah.
Good chompers for the 60s.
She lets out a fucking crazy scream like you know, the original Scream Queen, because they would call Jamie Lee Curtis the Scream Queen because of fucking Halloween and prom night and
definitely
shit.
Is, for sure.
And so, yeah, her mother did that first fucking scream. And so there was so she lets out a giant scream, and then you see Norman show up as fucking his mom.
Happy as hell, first.
Yeah, just like, you figured it out. Now stabbies. Yeah. You know?
Right.
But then fucking Sam woke up from his short little daze and stops him. And just like Norman goes down, like he doesn't even punch him or anything. He just like
really
grabs him.
Ash style defeat.
Just
Just like lets him fucking.
Yeah, he was a bookshelf to ashes. Fucking Evil Dead fucking arc.
Exactly, dude.
Yeah. And it's also when he shows up, he says, I'm Norma Bates. So it is like another fucking entity or whatever.
You're right.
Which
personality.
Which you find out. So she subdues him, and then all of a sudden you're at like the police station, and you get a fucking psychiatrist who just fucking figured it all out. He has it down on the line. Look, here's what went down.
Mm-hmm. Just
Norman did not fucking kill anybody. Norma, who was the fucking like second personality that was like very prevalent in him, like was the one that killed these people, and now like that personality has completely taken over the body. Yeah. This is the original fucking split dude. Shyamalan took it all from this fucking movie.
We see what you're doing, bud.
You took the twist. You took the fucking personalities.
Hold on, guys. Let me think for a minute. Let me think.
Jesus, that's a good Wahlberg. That's a good Wahlberg. I'll give you that. Yeah, so this guy's just like, Norma Bates, you know, was the other personality. So basically, like, Norman got jealous of, like, her mom's boyfriend, and he killed them both. And then he, like, justified, like, I don't know, he ignored the fact that she died, and he just kept her alive in his head.
Right, through him.
And then the personality just like took over, and now it was just like,
and it's great too because he's laying it all down. It's like he's a schizophrenic. This personality is just completely embodied him. He's like, so in there you don't have Norman Bates, you have Norma Bates, and it's great because then it goes into that holding cell, and he or she. Just saying. This
movie was very progressive.
It's having an inner monologue.
And also, like, when he was just like, when he says that he dressed up in women's clothes, somebody asked, like, well, was he a transvestite? And he's like, no, a transvestite, like, I don't know, tries to, I don't know what.
No, he really,
He breaks it down. It's like, he wasn't a transvestite. His whole personality was different, you know?
Yeah.
So
and then so it goes to his monologue, and she feels like she just got away with something where it's just like, okay, well, now I'm here, I am this man, I am Norm, and
now he's mother,
right?
Because the guys was like I just heard the whole story, and like, all right, did he tell you? He's like, no, she told me.
Right.
Like, he's like, he or she is Norma now.
Yeah, but basically only he is the one that has this information. Everyone else just sees a guy who killed people. And I fucking love that last scene with the fly on his his hand.
Because you hear mother throughout the movie, like at three moments in the movie, maybe 4.
Mm-hmm.
Creepy voice, really mean, and at the end it's just like she's
calm,
the villain.
Yeah,
no, but she's the villain. Like her other that other personality's the villain. She's just like I'm gonna convince them that it was him. Like now that they know that I'm the one talking from his body, like I'm gonna pretend like I'm an innocent old woman. And then a fly lands on his hand. She's like, I won't eat. Like I know they're watching me. And he's like, I hope they're watching me.
So and they see that I don't swat this fly.
See that I don't swat this fly. And they'll be like, look at her. Like, she wouldn't even hurt a fly. And then that's that beautiful fucking scene where you just see Anthony Perkins laying there, kind of just like staring down like a guilty person.
Mm-hmm.
And then as she kind of lays out her little plan, he just slowly looks up at the screen. And then when she kind of, like, I wouldn't even hurt a fly. Like, he just lets out that little creepy smile.
Yeah.
And then it's like a slow transition to the dead mother's skull.
Mm-hmm.
And then it fades to the vehicles being pulled out of the fucking creek. And then you get the end. And it's just like, fuck.
It's fantastic.
Imagine...
man.
Like what that did to people in 1960, right? Like that had to have been a hell of a. If we couldn't take it in 1999 that Bruce Willis was a ghost the whole time,
right?
We were like, Brucey, you know, imagine that.
Also, there was this thing too where again I was watching that fucking. It's a pretty awesome documentary, but they're talking about in the 60s where they couldn't. Production companies wouldn't allow gore or any of that shit. So the
Mhm.
whole suspense and the implied horror, he reigned king for into the 70s. I mean, with Alien and shit like that too, which had some gore, mild gore in there. But I mean,
More implied.
ultimately, yeah, all this type of movie was really more artistic, a little bit more flair, more dialogue, deeper into characters and shit like that, which is really fucking awesome. That's why I think personally, I actually really enjoyed this movie.
Oh, it's a great
Because
fucking
you're not
movie.
just getting a face full of gore and nonsense killing or anything like that. It's all pretty like methodical, really thought
Yeah.
out, really heartfelt type shit.
Yeah, they had to go around all that shit.
Mhm.
We can't show titties.
Mm-hmm.
We can't show.
Strikes 1 and 2 right there. You know what I'm saying?
We can't show someone being stabbed, but we're somehow gonna figure out a way to make this terrifying or whatever, and make it last through 1960. What? I don't know. We're gonna do some Electro
Add 'em up. Let's see.
That's
Yeah, I'm not
60
even-
years?
Okay, good.
Yeah.
60. That's some Aussie math. Get some Aussie math in there. Yeah. So, I mean, I really like this movie. There was that I don't know if it was 98 or 99 shot for shot remake with fucking Vince Vaughn, directed by Gus Van Sant, who's actually at least sometimes a good director. He did fucking Good Will Hunting. You know, it's an Oscar-winning movie.
Was that Vince Vaughn one good? You saw it?
Oh no, it was. I saw it when it came out. I actually saw that version before I saw this. I believe when I was a little kid, because it was a big deal. That I mean, imagine
Shot for shot.
Imagine how pissed off people would be. Like if Vince Vaughn was a comedic actor at that time. It's like if like right now they were like we're remaking fucking Psycho and fucking I don't know, Andy Sandberg's gonna be fucking he's gonna be Norman Bates.
and
We're just like, what?
That's what I was saying.
And Martin Scorsese's gonna direct it. You're like, what do you mean?
This movie is a comedy. See, that's why they threw Vinci in there.
little Vaughn at you. No, but I haven't seen that movie in forever. It is known like it has a reputation for being like awful. And it has a fucking hell of a cast because you got Vince in there. Viggo Mortensen is he's Sam. Fucking Anne Heche is Marion, of course. Julianne Moore is Lila. William H. Macy is fucking Abergast. These are all hitters. This is an all-star fucking
When
cast.
did that come out? 2000?
Like 98, 99. But it was known as to be a really bad movie. I haven't seen it since I was a child, but after watching this, I am like very curious to see.
Has Flea from Red Hot Chili Peppers?
Has Flea in it?
Wow.
Has Bob Summerfield, Sam's assistant at the hardware
Oh,
store?
there you go.
Watch it for Flea, baby.
So I mean, I know it's gonna be bad and stuff, but I'm curious to watch it. Just be like, what were they thinking? And this is a good director. He's made good movies. Drugstore Cowboy is another fucking great movie with Matt Dillon. I love that movie. He made that movie Elephant. Do you remember that movie? It was kind of like a Bowling for Columbine movie. I mean, not Bowling for. It was like a Columbine inspired thing where it was about two kids that kind of just shoot up your school. Wow. And yeah, it's a hard movie, but it was a really good movie. It's called Elephant. And he has an interesting filmography. And then he just decided to do that. And it's just like, it's kind of like one of those weird things. It's like, what happened there? Well, and it makes me curious to watch it. I'll watch it one day. But yeah, should wrap this up already because we've been going on way too long about freaking Psycho. But I think it's a great fucking movie, man. And arguably maybe the first slasher movie, right? 1960. Sure. Yeah. Fucking multiple murders, and I don't know. Jamie Lee Curtis came out of this movie technically. You know, her mom is in it, man.
She has a huge segment in that documentary thing we're talking about where she talks about Psycho and her role in obviously those fucking movies. So it's really good stuff, man. And it's awesome. Seeing the movie, watching the documentary, and seeing all these things piece in, it's fucking great. Right now is the time for all you horror fucking lovers out there.
Yeah, like if you think like, fuck, I can't watch an old movie Like there's nothing to relate to or like
Right,
something
right.
like that. I think this is a very good one to be like, no, you can watch this
Yeah.
movie. It
Yeah,
is
yeah.
good
Yeah.
from beginning to end.
I
Great
agree.
performances, fucking great shots, really fucking interesting shots and stuff. Which actually Hitchcock shot with the crew that he would do his show with, because he decided to go extra like low budget. He was like, I'm gonna make this movie for less than $1 million. The movie he made before that was like a big
Production.
budget movie that fucking, you know, he had like the biggest stars in it and stuff. And then after that, he was like, you know what? I'm just gonna fucking make something dirt cheap, black and white. And let's see what happens. And arguably his most iconic movie.
For sure.
I haven't seen any of the other ones, but yeah. And it's a great movie to watch for Halloween. So it's throw this on at night, get some popcorn.
Yeah, the black and white at night,
Yeah.
dude. That's dope.
Yeah,
Get
throw it
a-
on for Thanksgiving dinner. You know, it'll carry.
Oh.
We're gonna carry over into November with the Spooktacular.
Oh,
First
yeah.
one, what's the good one?
Yeah. Thanksgiving and butcher knives, they go hand in
Yeah.
hand.
We gotta do. What's the Thanksgiving movie, man? We gotta come up with one.
Well, I think we were gonna do Nightmare on Elm Street, weren't we?
That's
Well,
Thanks-
you can carve a turkey with Freddy Krueger gloves with
Bitch.
ease. Yeah. I wonder how many, if he does even say bitch in
He
that
does.
first movie. Yeah?
Yeah. It's on the documentary.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I know, like, yeah, obviously it's a big fucking joke with that Rick and Morty episode.
Yeah.
But then you watch those movies, it's like he does say bitch a
lot.
lot.
A lot.
Really, I've never rewatched
Yeah.
it to catch on to
It was
that.
like a big, like, because there would always be like a one-liner or a pun eventually when he was gonna kill these kids.
You're right.
Yeah.
And like if he was gonna kill them with like a TV or something,
Mhm.
he's like, "Your 15 minutes are up, bitch." He would
Oh,
make a
dude.
pun about how they're about to die.
Yeah.
It takes puns on like it does like a Wizard of Oz pun where he's on the broom as the witch. And shit. It's good stuff
We need to watch
Yeah.
those movies, man. Next year we'll do
Yeah.
like a Freddy-a-thon, bro.
for sure.
We'll do the first one. Maybe we'll do it right now. We'll go into 2021.
Let's go right
With
now.
Freddy.
Let's do it. 3-hour episode. Like
Let's
we got Kanye.
go. Anyways, well, tune in next week for another exciting edition of the Electro and Banno Movie Power Hour. Thank you for listening and follow us on all the good stuff again.
Yeah, quick shout out to our European listeners over in Germany. You guys are into
German.
the podcast over here.
Good Morgan.
All them Deutsches.
Yes. Yes, thank you guys for listening, and we will see you next time.